Hi, it's Carrie from My Nervous Habits, and I'm here with another tatting video. We're going to be making this little leaf to fit in, well, with a variety of things, but for right now, for the cherry blossoms. And you're going to need 5 of these. This one's I've already played the cut and tie and bury the thread game. And I've got some more petals over there that I've stiffened right after I'm done with them with Aleene's Stiffen Quick. So let me go ahead and stiffen this one for you. And I really do saturate it. This is a number 10 crochet cotton of indeterminate age. I really don't know how long I've had this. I remember making pineapple doilies with this, when the kids were small. So we're talking at least 15 years. So but it's really pretty white and green variegated color. So let me wipe my hands. I'm going to lay this in front of the fan so it can dry. So anyway, you don't need much of a tail for this. It's comprised of a regular ring, 2 stacked on, then 2 split rings stacked on top of it, and then chains around the outside to give it a nice lacy finish. So you need about, go ahead and give yourself 18 inches and then figure out what you need from there. But your first ring is going to be a regular ring of 2 double stitches, a picot, 6 double stitches, a picot, and 2 double stitches. So 1 and 2 and picot and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and picot and 2 and okay, and then you're just going to go ahead and close this ring. Alright, now remember that this work has front and a back, and when you see the little posts right there at the base of your picot, that is the front. If you don't see them and they're bare, that's the back of your work. So we're going to try to remember our fronts and backs here. Let's go ahead and put a knot that's centered over the top of that ring you just made. Okay, and it is facing front. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out for our split ring. Now in the cherry blossom petal pattern, I used a shuttle. I absolutely hate doing split rings with shuttles. So if you know how to do a split ring with a shuttle, then you probably don't need me to show you how to do it anyway. But this split ring is a 4 and 4. So we're going to do 4 double stitches up on this side of the needle. We're going to turn our needle and bring the cut thread and do 4 more stitches. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then I'm going to load my needle again with this guy's really starting to look rough here. Feel free to comment on how many needle threaders you think you've gone through in a lifetime. Some of these needles are easier to load than others, aren't they? Alright, so go ahead and now you're going to close your split ring. Okay, and then make another knot that centers over top of that knot. Okay, and go ahead and pull that out And now this one is going to be a split ring of 3 double stitches in a picot and the back half of the picot, and then over here you're going to have 3 double stitches. So 1 and 2 and 3 and picot, and okay, so now we're going to turn the needle, and then 1 and 2 and 3, and now we're going to load our thread again. Okay, finish our split ring. Now when you close the split ring, now I put the picot on this side of the split ring for a couple reasons. First of all, it's actually going to finish not in the center, but this piece is actually going to be just a little catty corner off to the side, which I want because I want this picot to be straight up and down. Also, by putting the picot here last and not on this over here, I can keep these little 2 stitches up front, which keeps everything facing forward. So it's not really that important, but if you're ever going to enter like a county fair or something that you want your work to be recognized, it's important that you have the proper procedures in your tatting. Alright, so you see how this knot is actually over here? I'm really going to emphasize that and pull that up there. And keep that down over there, and then I'm going to tie a knot that locks it into position over there. See what I'm doing here. There you go. Now I can see my lock join. Alright, and now I can pull that out a little further. So here's what I have so far. Now I'm going to make a chain 6 that's going to connect in between the 2nd and 3rd stitches on this side. Remember, this one has a split chain of 4 and 4, so it's got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm actually going to go behind, and I can lift up that loop so you can see it. So we're going to chain 6, and then we're going to insert our thread from behind that. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and okay, get everything out of the way there. All right, whoops. All right, now when I tighten this, I want to make sure that there's a proper balance between tight and not too tight. And what I mean by that is, you can see how it's kind of curving up there. I want this to lay flat, but I don't want it to lay too far away from the rings. So I'm going to be very careful, but I'm also going to make sure that these pretty much stay straight. The rings, you can see that needle's right in the middle of those. So that's good. That's what I want. And I'm going to go ahead and put a lock join there. All right, and now I'm going to chain another 6 double stitches. Now the reason I designed these into here is to take some of the stress off your joins. You're actually going to want, when you join this and tie it down, you want this to kind of go up just about an angle like so. So this is going to come off at an angle. So go ahead and pull your chain thread through and pick up that picot and draw it down so it's so it's not flat, but it's not too loose either. And go ahead and do a lock join. Oops. Okay, and you see how the angle of that is out this way? Now I'm going to do another chain that's going to be 3 double stitches, picot, 3 double stitches, and it's going to attach to this picot here when I'm done with it, and it's going to sit snugly on top of that. So let's go ahead and chain the 3 double stitches, 3 and picot, and 4, 3, 2 picot, and 2 and 3 and all right. And once again, we kind of want it to match this picot. So you can see how that sits really, really, really nice and neat on top of that. And that's going to go up like that. So it looks like picot's got his arms in its air, or the ring has its arms in the air. Okay, got another lock join there, and then we're going to do another chain 6, and we're going to join it between 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to join it right there. So go ahead and chain 6 double stitches, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and okay, come up back behind there with the needle. Let me thread my needle again. Look at that, that's just getting gnarly. I'm usually faster at this. Okay, make sure I'm looking at the front, which I am. Okay, once again I want to get that flat but not too tight, which that looks good. So. Make that not flip, there we go. Okay. We're going to do another chain of 6, and this time we don't want to join to this picot, we want to join just in front of it. So as you can see, this little picot has that knot, has a lump there at the bottom, at the base of the picot there. We're going to want to go to the base behind it and go ahead and pull that up just to mark where it's going to be. Let's see if you can see that there. There you go. So you've got the picot there that we made a lot earlier, the base of the picot, and then this is actually the loop of the thread behind it. So chain 6 double stitches, Alright, now all that's left to do is to make our final knot. Lock join that down. There we go. And that's what it looks like. Now you're going to want to bury these. And then I highly suggest going ahead and stiffening it, either by ironing and starching, or with a fabric stiffener of your choice, or if you've got some kind of starch compound that you've made. But this is actually going to be the bottom of your leaf, and this is going to be what goes around top. And I'm going to go ahead and make some more of these. And I've got some large crochet thread cherry blossom petals that we're going to pair with these. And I've also got some smaller green thread, and I've made some smaller white ones. So we're going to have a couple of projects lined up to come on, and I'll show you how to finish these. All right, thanks.